The worst pinball machine ever made. Not my words. Well, they were because I just said them, but I didn't start it, okay? It's not me that's designated this and labelled it as the worst pinball machine ever made. It's the Pinside Top 100. Well, it's not even in the Pinside Top 100. It's a bit of an anomaly. The Pinside Top 100 goes down to about 350. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anyway, rock bottom, or at least it was last time I checked, rock bottom of the pile have been voted by certainly most of the pinball players over in the States. A lot of people over here do the voting on Pinside. I do. I've voted and rated plenty of machines on there as well. This comes out bottom. How bad can it be? I mean, I don't know. I've never played it. The theme works for me. I like Thunderbirds. I do. I didn't tune in all the time. I remember watching it as a kid. I think it's a good thing for a pinball machine. As I've already mentioned, just seen that Spooky are bringing out Scooby-Doo. It really works for me. I've seen the video, the promos for that. It looks charming, looks charismatic. I mean, who doesn't like Scooby-Doo? It's brilliant. And this is one of those. It's got a lot. It's going to be very hard for this game not to have any charisma. I've got no expectations. I certainly don't expect it to be the worst pinball machine in the world. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a little look around. We're going to take the camera off the tripod there, a little spin around the cabinet, have a look at the Playfield. Tony is very kind. I'm in basically Medway Pinball Club over in Kent, in Tony and Mike's fantastic pinball club. Tony has very kindly opened it up for me today to get the Jetsons. There are a couple other games that I fancy filming as well. I'll be honest with you, I've just played the Jetsons. I've heard some moans about that. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I couldn't stop pressing play. I was this far. It's like the fish that got away. I was this far off doing okay on Jetsons. So anyway, never mind Jetsons. So this is made by a company called Homepin. As I understand it, Homepin are bringing out Spinal Tap. I think my first thing is, how bad can it be?
I'd like a Spinal Tap, by the way.
Tony would like a Spinal Tap either for his own home collection or in the club here. He likes a bit of Spinal Tap. And clearly Tony owns this machine. I'm not going to ask... we've already discussed this. If you go back and look when we do the Medway Pinball Club tour, I've spoken to Tony about this. Unfortunately, I'm blessed with a terrible memory, so I've forgotten what he said. So I actually don't want to know. I want to make up my own mind about this game. So let's have a look, a little tour of Playfield, and then we'll play a game or two. Unless I'm brilliant, we might just play one game that lasts for hours. You never know. Let's take a little look at the cabinet. Well, I think it's damn fine looking. Like that. Really like that cabinet there. Exactly what I would expect to see. Yeah, really nicely done. So, the side armour, I think that might, I don't know if that's plastic. I think that might be plastic. I think it probably is. Does that matter massively? I don't know. I don't know. I guess it depends on the price. I'm going to check. The legs are metal, fortunately. It did make me check the legs. Back box, that's okay. I would have stuck a character on there, or another, whatever, Thunderbird 2 or something on there, but that's fine. I think that's nice. That glass looks good. This works well. I mean, it works well with the theme, doesn't it? Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. Right, let's have a look at the Playfield, shall we? Starting with the apron. Metal apron. There's a Homepin badge there. I mean, first of all, there's something I do have to tell you on this, which has been pointed out to me. Because you may well, I've been warned that when we play, the ball may get stuck there, and the reason for that is that the switches are installed the wrong way round. So the smooth edge, the edge with the flow on it, should be facing the other way. So obviously the ball is meant to travel that way over the switches, but actually travelling that way. So it's got to it encounters a ridge, a bit like a McCoy's crisp, if you like, sort of straight away there. So I've been warned on that they're the wrong way round. First thing I noticed there, captive ball, the mole, which I think, that works well. Little toy above it. Little light there, which I think is strategically and well placed. This target moves left and right, which I like that. I like the moving target. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, these are interesting. These things said they're not... Oh, it is a sling. Oh, whoops. Sorry. That is a sling. That's interesting. There's an additional sling there, so that's going to be... And there's another sling there. That's going to be really interesting to see what happens there. Just going to open that. Oh, no, it doesn't. It's all right. It didn't. It's basically launched the game, hasn't it? There you go. That's fine. Sequence initiated. There's some funny old music on that. Anyway, thanks, Tony. We've got a couple of targets under the trees there. Not great. Not great. But that looks fantastic. That's a really good model. Really good model. They've not gone with the sort of like stern flat bit of plastic you got on the pros on that. That being said, they probably should have done on that day. That's not working. That's not working at all.
You don't like the shaky trees?
I don't like the shaky trees. I'm interested to see what that does. The ramp there is interesting. Looks tight. Looks like it might be hard to hit. But again, that's my problem, not the game's. Just that section there, which is, I mean, that's interesting when you have these rollover lanes there, which are not by the pops. That's unusual. That's fine. I don't mind unusual at all. We do like I like a little bit of innovation. And we've got this sort of pool area here, which, as I understand, can be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, that's where it opens up. So here, this opens up in the pool, and then basically the ball comes up and gets fed down here.
Well, that sounds cool.
Sometimes it falls off, unfortunately.
Sometimes it falls off. There we go. Okay. I think look, the game looks good. I've got to say, just standing back from it, the trees aside, which are a bit cheap and tacky, just standing back from it there, I think that machine looks decent. But look, when you get a bit close, there's some plastic. There's some bits that shouldn't be plastic and some cheaper bits, but there are some bits. I like the metal, I like the metal ramp in the middle. I like Thunderbird too. I think that is really, really well done. I really do. I think that's a bloody good model, actually. So clearly they've spent the money on that. Right,
and
okay.
The Playfield doesn't chip.
Well, that's interesting. That it doesn't chip at all.
No.
Actually, it feels really smooth.
Yeah.
Actually, you're right.
You
can't feel the inserts.
And it's...
You can't feel the inserts, can you?
Yeah. So...
That is interesting.
There's a few companies that could maybe learn something about that.
Yeah. Actually, I hadn't even thought of that. That is interesting. I cannot feel any of the inserts. That is perfectly flat. Perfectly flat. Oh, okay. Well, that's a real plus point, actually. So it can be done. There we go. Right, let's have a game. Okay, just checking the cameras are recording, which they are. Now, I didn't play the last game, so it looks like I've just played. I haven't. It sort of did an auto plunge, so I still not seen much of it. Well, what strikes me looking at this game straight away is that ramp straight down the middle. So let's have a little go. Pull the plunger, the twanger. Let's twang the twanger. I don't know about this music. Where's the Thunderbirds music? Ah.
There you go. That's the one.
Oh, hold on. That's
the
good.
shot.
I didn't expect that to happen. Oh, that's actually, come on, that's not a bad shot.
Hit that ramp.
It's bouncing all over the place, to be fair. Oh, for goodness sake, how did I miss that ramp? The size of the bloody thing. The size of a wide-body pinball machine, I missed it. Okay, what I would say is this lock bar is plastic. That feels weird. I like this moving target there. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, alright, give me that.
Back into Tracy Island.
Oh, come on. Ball save, I'll do, thank you. Oh, where's it gone? Oh no, why is it doing that? I just want to hit that ramp. Pull the twanger. I've just got it in my mind, I've got to hit that ramp now. Hit the target to change the music. So that target on the left, that right, that one that I missed. Okay, right, okay, there's a bit of finding out there. First
It's all about
impressions-
that Tracy Island.
It's all about hitting the Tracy Island, okay. Okay, so my first impression of it is very bouncy. It's bouncing all over the place. The flipper arrangement, it seems to be quite kind. The flippers seem to be elevated a little bit more, so it's quite easy to live catch it. But I'm quite, damn it, and there's definitely some geometry stuff, angles going on, just putting that down the middle there. That being said, I like that ramp. That way, it looks thin. It doesn't look like you have to hit it, but I like that. Okay, I've just noticed, I didn't see that before. There are targets under the Tracy Island thing. What is wrong with me? Why? Oh my word. Honestly, I need help. What's going on? Why can't I hit that? Thank goodness for that. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, I mean, look, the trees look a bit cheap. It's got to be said. I'd rather have, at least they could have done is put some real trees in there. You know, a bit of compost. That's we'll discuss this another time. What's just happened there? Okay, so I got it up there again.
Good shot.
3, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay, bit of multi-ball. And the flippers feel very different. Yes.
The actual flipper buttons on that.
The flipper back, so yeah, the whole thing feels a little bit weird.
Your fingers are sort of going to an indent on
They
them.
do actually, don't they?
I'm afraid we've had to lose the audio section for this part of the video because the international rescue music, the Thunderbirds music, started. The first time I tried to upload the video, we got a copyright strike and it wouldn't let us upload the video. Now, I could have just deleted this segment, but I felt it was really important that we didn't, particularly bearing in mind that what we're trying to ascertain is how good this pinball machine is and if it's as bad as the reputation it's got. So what's happened at the moment is I'm playing the game, and during multi-ball, we've lost one of the pinballs. Now, what appears to have happened is that it's fallen through the swimming pool section, which is at the back left of the machine, and fallen into the cabinet. Myself and Tony at the moment are just trying to ascertain exactly what's happened and where the ball is. But I do think the video wouldn't have looked completely authentic if we were then going to appraise it correctly if I'd cut this section out. And the next section you saw was just myself and Tony with the Playfield up trying to search for the ball. It was far from ideal, but once you've seen the video in its entirety, I think you'll probably appreciate why we had to leave this bit in, which is why you can see me hitting the flipper buttons. We're shaking the machine. We're trying to find the pinball because at the moment we can't play the game. Literally, the game has stopped working, and this is where we figure it out.
You know, confirm any bias about it being the worst game in the world. And in fact, you know, just playing it, it hasn't seemed like the worst game in the world, if truth be known. It doesn't feel fantastically well built, that has to be said. Tony can't find the ball.
Okay. I think
Call International Rescue or something.
Bloody, that Neil McRae told me to buy this as well.
What? Oh, he told you to buy it, didn't he? Oh, yeah, well, there you go.
Gave it such a review.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to doctor the video at all. I'm sorry about that, folks. Not only have we lost the ball, we can't seem to find where it is. Should I switch it off and try and...
Yeah, that always works.
At least people are getting a natural video. Yeah.
Yeah, see, one of the quirks is, unfortunately, did you get it up here?
I've no idea. What is one of the
that
quirks?
One of the quirks is that it falls off when it comes up.
Oh, falls off. What, the back box falls off?
Falls into the cabinet.
Okay.
So we might have to...
The ball falls into the cabinet?
Yeah, there's... Basically, it comes up here and gets released down.
Right, let's see.
But sometimes it just
ball
bobbles
missing.
off.
Ball missing. Okay.
So we might have to lift it.
Right, boys and girls. Oh, there's a key there. I'm just going to have a little look inside.
Slight interlude.
Oh my word! There's a lot going on in that cabinet.
There's a load of coins at the back as well that they kindly gave us.
Oh my word!
I think we've got to.
Have we got to lift it up?
Yeah.
Okay, well at least you're getting. Do you know what? I'm going to leave all this in because I think it's only fair. It's only if we. I'm even worried that this doesn't lift up in a normal fashion now, does it? It is there. Unbelievably, honestly, it's there. There's the ball. The ball has fallen through the swimming pool and into the cabinet.
Just needs a slight modification, that's all.
What, like a little guy inside the cabinet saying, "Hey, Governor, have your ball back."
Nothing to see here.
Okay.
Moving on.
Oh dear. I wasn't expecting this, Tony. Right. Do you want to... This is your machine. I don't want to bugger it up.
By the way, I actually really do like it.
No, I'm sure it's not going to be... I hope the Homepin person doesn't watch this video.
So do I. I'd still like
He still wants a Spinal Tap, and I still don't think this is the worst pinball machine in the world.
I've got to admit, I would say only maybe the third.
But it has to work,
No,
you know. So I'm going to try it one more time, okay? Just to try and get a...
I'm just trying to remember how they... I think it might be by hitting the fab.
Okay, right then.
And take two.
Pull the twanger. Thank you. I mean, there's some great ideas on this. It has to be said. Some great ideas.
Yeah. And to be fair, I think
that shot works. There's no doubt about it. That shot, it's not clunky. That shot works.
Yeah. There might be something I'm missing on. Maybe there's a service update that I missed where it'll fix that. So.
Well, someone will see this and they'll certainly tell us. I just can't hit that shot. But that's not the game's fault. That's my. I just can't hit that shot. It seems to be in the wrong place. Ah, there we go. Oh my word. Okay, that's interesting. That's quite good. So even though I lost the ball, it gave me the one I'd had stored for multi-ball. Just double checking the cameras. Okay. Oh, having praised that ramp, there's a bit of a reject on there.
Thank you, Brian.
Is that REM? I think that's REM.
Certainly sounds like that sort of era, doesn't it?
Happy, that one. Okay, it's caught on that switch again.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yes, we'll discuss that in a bit. I mean, it appears, from what I can see, he's done some number of good ideas, but there's a lot wrong on this, and it's a hell of a theme to use as a learning curve.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
what you want, a theme like this should be when you've done your third or fourth machine and you've really honed the art of it, which I don't think it's easy making a pinball machine, not by any
No, that's
any stretch
how
of the
true is
imagination. You know, I'd love that ramp. It's a really good concept. Oh no, don't you dare you. Okay, yeah, I mean, look, I've not played it particularly well, but it's yeah, so I don't blame the game for that. And we did get a full game there without losing the ball, because it did get caught on the switch there. But I'm pretty sure those switches, it'd be easy enough to turn those around. Overall, look, if this worked, there's no way it's the worst pinball machine in the world. There's
no
not.
chance.
Are these plastic or metal? Yeah, isn't it?
I think they are metal.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah, it's not the worst pinball machine in the world, but it's got to work. And if you can't have a ball dropping out that ended up in the cabinet. That's not cool. So I mean, you couldn't use this for a tournament or anything, could you? Because it's just be too unreliable.
There might be a fix for that, though, to
Okay.
be fair to Homepin. And
Okay. Yeah. I didn't go enough and see enough depth into the game to see how many of the call-outs and what the voiceovers are like and that sort of thing. I mean, that's my fault, absolutely, for not playing the game particularly well. I do like this shot. I love that, the innovation of the onto Thunderbird 2, the Tracy Islands ramp there. I think that's really good. I thought the way it gave the ball back, even though I'd lost the ball, but I had one stored for multi-ball. I thought that was very clever, because technically it's my ball. I've not lost it, have I? So it's saying, here you go, have that back. I'd like to see that. That's incorporated in other games, actually. But yeah, there you go. Thunderbirds from Homepin. The worst pinball machine in the world? Probably not.